The general idea of Buddhism is that the root of all suffering is desire, which is true. One way or another, the reason that you are unhappy is because you want something that you do not have. Humans desire whatever is unattainable. It can be something complex like becoming a billionaire, or something simple like my mother not calling me every 7.5 minutes to perform a task that she could do herself. It may sound petty to get sad over such a trivial matter, but it doesn't matter how stupid something is, if it's unattainable, we will desire it. Which is why Buddhists believe that the path to enlightenment is to remove desire itself from the mind. But I'd like to challenge that philosophy. Yes, the root of all suffering is desire, but is a life without suffering even worth living? Monks are very disciplined people, which I respect, but a lot of the ideas that they have are pretty far out there. Like taking a vow of celibacy. I don't know about that one, man. If it ain't no pussy in heaven, God gonna have to send me to hell or reincarnate me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know it's hard to tell if I'm serious a lot of the time, but I need it to be very clear that I am not joking about this shit. There are a million reasons that you should not have sex and probably like 10 reasons you should. You can literally ruin your life by pulling your dick out, but there are just certain risks that you have to take. Chances definitely make champs. A crackhead never let the come down stop them from getting high. Those 15 minutes of pleasure are well worth that potential 18 years of suffering. If it wasn't, most of us would not be here right now. You all know damn well more than half of us were accidents. Our parents just won't admit it because telling your kid they were in an accident isn't the politically correct thing to do. I forgot what the hell I was talking about, but a good life has to be reasonably painful because pleasure is relevant to pain, and the bigger the contrast between the two are, the greater you will perceive both pain and pleasure. Think about a spoiled child who has never been told no. The one time they are told no, it's as if they've just witnessed a fucking genocide. Their lips are trembling, they start screaming and shit, you get the picture. Pain and pleasure exist in a dichotomy. They go hand in hand to keep each other in a state of equilibrium. An example of this is something like working out. Your brain will literally make you high if you physically experience too much pain. This is what runner's high is. Your body is in so much pain that the adrenal glands secrete a bunch of hormones that change your mood, and the opioid receptors in your brain are triggered. This is colloquially known as endorphins. These are the same receptors drugs like heroin and morphine inhibit to relieve pain and produce euphoria. We all seek to be content, but a lot of us can't even define what that would look like. We just know that we don't want any of the shit that makes us unhappy. But I find that my life is a lot easier when I don't worry about whether or not I'm happy. Yes, ideally I want to be happy, but I will experience more sadness trying to pursue happiness. I find myself content in the process of life itself. I don't want to say it's about the journey, not the destination, because the only people that say that shit are the niggas that didn't get as far as they wanted and gave up. But it's about the journey and the destination. It's important to base your success off of how much work you put into something, but if you're working at Burger King now and 4 years later you're working at White Castle, maybe you're supposed to be depressed. When you hit a wall, you start over and try something different. Life is too short to think about what could have been. So you have to go for certain shit even if it seems far-fetched. People have this idea that content means being happy for the rest of your life, but that type of mindset is going to keep you discontent. One thing about life that is guaranteed is that you will suffer indefinitely. I don't know how someone can tell me that we don't live in hell with a straight face. We have cocaine, genocide, and AIDS. It literally couldn't get any worse. If you find my words to be riddled with pessimism, rewind the video and play it from the top, only this time don't come into the video thinking like a glass half empty ass nigga. You cannot eliminate pain from your life. Pain is part of what it means to be human.